Top of the morning to ya. Welcome to episode 1 of Espresso and Dragbunts with Tito round trippers. We'll be doing this every other Saturday for now. Quick little short 10 to 12 minute show, and deeper into the stretch run, we plan on doing a couple Sunday mornings as well. But for now, just a quick hitter. I got about 4 topics for you guys. Thanks for joining Tito round trippers here at Guards Up CLE. Going live on Dogfight Sports to talk some baseball. First and foremost, not my favorite topic per se, but the one in a lot of people's minds with the somewhat of a distraction the All-Star game is out of the way, trade deadline. Not going to spend a ton of time on the what-ifs and hypotheticals of the trade deadline. One interesting thing, Chris Bassett had another pretty poor start for the Blue Jays. His price lowered, so he got cheaper. You can worry his price got lowered so much he's washed up. I bet he still has a little left in the tank, spring chicken, but, maybe one of the more lesser arms to consider in the deadline. Chris Bassett just got a lot cheaper. His whips swelled to close to 1.50, and, the days of him striking out 10 guys to compensate for that are over, so he should be affordable if we think our good pitching coaches can get something out of him, And, Garrett Crochet, obviously, someone took a picture of him just in the vicinity of Josh Naylor at the All-Star game. He's in the top several people in strikeouts in the majors. So some of the more fancier names being bandied about for starting pitching. Obviously our biggest need right now for trade rumors as the Guardians shop around. So Garrett Crochet, Eric Fetty also on the White Sox, having a career year. Couple people. The market's pretty tight with half the National League basically being within 2 games of 500. So we'll see how it goes. Maybe add a bat just because it's cheaper. Who knows? We'll see. I want to focus on the guys who are here and not spend a bunch of time on rumors and what ifs. As we stand today in the division, we're an even 5 games ahead of the Twins, 7 ahead of the Royals, and 12 out of the Tigers. Obviously, mathematically still lurking, but so decent cushion. Not like the good old days a month or 2 ago when no one was in 7.5 of us, but we should be in good shape. Royce Lewis talked a bunch of crap about us. He's one of the Twins' best hitters, and as soon as he said that they were going to catch us in like a week, he got hurt. So the Twins are banged up once again, very streaky. As our nearest competitor right now in the standings, hopefully we can pad our lead with them a little bit. So the Royals had 2 starting pitchers in the All-Star game, I believe, Seth Lugo and Cole Ragans. Couple starters having career years, so let's just hope for some regression there. The Tigers barely in it, so it's about what's going on in the morning on my end around the division. Let's not ever let it get within a series. It really hasn't since the first 2 weeks of the year. Stay more than 4 games up. Try this wire-to-wire thing. Best thing to do with a rookie manager and young team. So let's hope it works out. All right, let's see. That's the first 2 things I had. Go to my brief notes. Tanner Bibby. Read a good article about him. He changed his arm angle May 13th, and since then, 198 opponent's batting average, very anemic 349 opponent's slugging average, so night and day. Hopefully he can evolve into a middle tier ace for us down the stretch. Gavin Williams is showing signs of coming around. I'll be at the game tonight. Looking forward to seeing Gavin Williams on the hill against a solid hitting Padres team. See just how far back he is. Looks like we have a couple comments here. Just going to pause really quick. Kyle, I agree we need a starting pitcher. Second hardest schedule in the league here on out. Yes, we do. Some good points. By pure opponent's winning percentage, we had the easiest schedule in the league the first half of the season. And, yeah, depending on who you ask, I read one that said second, one first, one third, but doesn't really matter. A way tougher second half schedule. More home games, though. So, for what it's worth, we still have a good bit of home games left to hopefully offset the fact that by winning percentage, our teams are going to start getting a little tougher and a little better. Every episode, like I said, we're bi-weekly for now. So for the next 2 weeks, I'm going to spotlight a pitching matchup that, I would go see if I could only go to one game in the next 2 weeks. For me, we go on the road for a little while, and rotations aren't announced that far out because of the All-Star break. But let's see, Jack Flaherty, Wednesday to close out the Tigers series. Jack Flaherty versus Tanner Bibby, the aforementioned Tanner Bibby. That's at 6:40, July 24th. I think is your best pitching matchup to have down at Progressive Field in the next 2 weeks. Like I said, previous bit, we're really hoping Bibby's turned a corner and can decisively be our best starter. All due respect to the other starters, seems like right now in 2024, Bibby has the highest ceiling. So we'll see how that goes. So that pitching matchup I'm looking forward to is the 24th, Flaherty versus Bibby. That's a 6:40 per first pitch. Let's see, what else do we got? Covered around the division. Tanner Bibby turnaround. Yesterday, had some trouble with the knuckleball. Saw that coming, but powered through and put some distance and got a nice shutout once Waldron got out of there. So shout out to Bibby for almost making it 6 innings after that rough, almost 30-pitch first inning, and had some good at-bats there. I can't recall if it was the 7th or 8th inning, but once we finally got Waldron out of there, it swelled from 1-0 to 7-0 really quick. So moving forward in that series, tonight's game, Gavin Williams and Dylan Cease. That pitching matchup's no slouch there. And then for the closeout tomorrow, it is the resurgent Ben Lively. Hasn't even really been a relevant starter, I think, since about 19. I don't even know if he had that great of a run as a starter then, but either way, he's having a great year as a starter for us. We got Lively on the mound versus Michael King. It was kind of an ensemble cast in the Juan Soto trade, but Michael King is he's come around. He was walking 5 games a game like clockwork earlier in the year, and now somehow shaved his whip down to about 1.12. Has really turned it around. So 2 more good pitching matchups left against this tough Padres team. That's why I'm glad we beat that knuckleballer and got a leg up on this series. So I think that we can hope for at least a split of these next 2 games. Keep moving along, another 1 series in the book, and we have some more Tigers games coming. Quirky schedule. We saw the Tigers a bit before the All-Star break. We see them 6 more times, I think, before the month's over, or if not close to it. So we'll get pretty familiar with the Tigers. Hopefully we can talk about them being 15 games behind in a week or 2. Really bury those guys. So that was about all I had scripted for today. A couple more comments to run down and we'll wrap it up. Yeah, we got Santiago. You guys should make a run at Kikuchi. Yes, we should. Kikuchi's having a decent year. I didn't have time to look up too many people other than the Guardians, but I would like that. That would be better than Bassett. He'd cost more than Bassett, but be more of a difference maker. So, yeah, I'd be into that. I know I'm drawing a blank on a couple other arms. Oakland has an arm or 2 worth having if you think you can fix them a bit, knowing that jumps off the page. Maybe even find someone on the Rockies. We're going to do our due diligence, and every awful team, I'm sure we're going to scour and see who we think we can, sort of refabricate or whatnot, because Carl Willis is a hell of a pitching coach, and we do go to developing pitchers young and old. Look at Ben Lively. If I'm not mistaken, Ben Lively's 32, so we're almost talking like a Jamie Moyer type late bloomer with Ben Lively. I hope he can keep it up, man, because boy, has he been a pleasant surprise. I remember being surprised my buddy even mentioned him on our first podcast back in March. Like, whatever, our 28th man. Not our 28th man, so I didn't have a final thought planned. I guess I would say my final thought is shout out to Ben Lively. Definitely the toast of the show here. Career year. Keep it up, man. Guards up. Let's build this 5-game lead on the Twins. Thanks for watching. The next episode will be in 2 Saturdays.